logic. It's simply impossible to fit it. Because of this, the scientists are really wondering, because their whole training is to maintain a steady train of logic. And now what they're seeing and discovering is completely, absolutely not in the realm of logic. So they're coming up with words like fuzzy logic and this and that. They're just finding excuses to be logical, because it's very hard to be illogical and still make sense. Simply almost out of that possibility doesn't exist. If you want to use human languages, you have to be logical, isn't it? How to construct a sentence without being logical, tell me. Even if I want to say one sentence, it has to have a logical train, otherwise how? So because of this, there's phenomenal amount of confusion, misuse, and all kinds of things, misconceptions. So, right now, talking about that doesn't make sense. Talk about this, where we are right now, and the next one. Little within the realm of logic, we can push it. We're willing to push our logic, isn't it? We're willing to push it. Well, this Harry Potter lady also wrote a story. He was here, and something happened, this, and he went there. Okay. If she just writes, he was here, he was there, and then he was there and he was here, and then this happened, but that didn't happen. You'll think she's gone crazy. Please understand, you're the most illogical. We're trying to bring some logic. Otherwise, in our minds, it doesn't make sense. The most absurd thing, even if someone is speaking something utterly absurd, even he's trying to make some sense, isn't it? Logical sense, I mean. Yes or no? So, using the logical, because you have to use it, you can't drop it. You do not have the ability to leave your logic and walk away. Only with insanity you can do that. But even that is not true. Even someone who's gone totally off, become completely psychologically broken or lost in that way, even he has his own logic. Doesn't make sense to you, but to them it means something. That's why they're going on with such passion. You see, they have more passion than you about anything. Yes, sir. They're much more passionate because it makes too much sense to them, whatever they're doing. So even if you lose your mind, you still cannot lose your logic, it's still there. Because essentially the intellect is still functioning out of your control, but still going on logically. So we cannot abandon this, we can only use it. Either you can use it to restrict yourself, or you can use it to liberate yourself. But you cannot abandon this. People have used it in so many ways. One of the greatest actresses in Hollywood, was a hairdresser's assistant in a small village in Europe, and she was 27. So she was just helping the hairdresser, and one day a man was sitting and for a shave, and she bought the hot water that was needed for this purpose. That man just looked at her in the mirror and he said, "You know something? You are really beautiful. I've never seen a more beautiful face in my life. She just looked at it, said, come on, nobody has ever told me such a thing. That can't be true. Are you looking for a date? Forget it. He said, no, you are the most beautiful face I've ever seen. And he just kept staring at the mirror and said, genuinely, this is the most beautiful face I've ever seen in my life. She went home that day. She went and stood in front of the mirror and she looked at it. It was the same face that she had seen for a long time. She looked at it and said, okay, if I have the most beautiful face in the world, what the hell am I doing in a hairdresser's shop? She just packed her bags and left for the United States and became one of the greatest actresses ever. This is simply illogical. But no, it is very logical. It is just skipping a few steps, that's all. Logic has to go step by step, step by step. You can go that way. But fortunately, life is brief. Unless you're willing to jump a few steps, nothing worthwhile will happen. If something phenomenal has to happen in your life, you have to jump lots of steps. But you cannot jump these steps the moment you start thinking, what about me? The moment you start thinking, what about me? You cannot jump the steps because now you've brought yourself down to the most basic of the logic. What about me doesn't take any intelligence. Even the tweet, 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 that bird also is thinking, what about me, what about me? Yes, sir. That's what he's saying. Can you hear that? What about me? See? That is the most basic of the logic. The moment you bring yourself down to that logic, you will not do anything worthwhile. Believe me, I'll give you a guarantee. You will not do anything truly worthwhile in your life the moment you start thinking, what about me? It is because of this forever people have been talking about selflessness, love, this one, that one. If you love also, it becomes what about me, isn't it so? If you get married, then it gets worse. What about me? People used to say, when you are a student, everybody's a communist. You want equality, you want this, let's share, let's do that. The moment you get a job, you become a socialist. The moment you get married, you become a proper capitalist. So, this what about me just brings you down to basic, very fundamental logic. Once you come to this, you will only walk one step at a time. If you walk, most of the time you're stuck. But if you do walk, you walk one step at a time. If you go one step at a time, in this brief span of life, you will not do anything truly worthwhile. You cannot. If you survive, if you don't get into a mess, yesterday some very important industrialist was saying he's only like maybe 39, 40 and he's one of the top industrialists in the country. He was saying, I have my Mediclaim and my whatever, what are the other things you do? Superannuity and whatever, all this stuff. So I was thinking, okay, I don't have Mediclaim, I don't have superannuity, I don't have insurance. So These things, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, you do it, but the moment we start thinking, if our thought process becomes about what about me, then you're down to the basics. No, 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 it's not about me, it's about my family, that's about you. No, it's about my country, that's about you. No, it's about my planet, it's still about you. I want you to know that. Whatever is yours is important to you, isn't it? Yes? Whether I say this is my teacup or I say this is my planet, there's not much difference. People think it is. Maybe in terms of what you do, your activity may change a little bit, but nothing, no great difference will happen. So to bring this about, if we want to employ the logical mind, because we have to, otherwise we'll become senseless. We will not become senseless, we'll become an observed kind of sense. If we became totally senseless, that would be liberation. That would be absolute liberation, but that won't happen that way. So to go step by step, we have to use the logic the way it works best for us. If it has to work in the best possible way for us, first of all, if you can liberate your logic from the silly identities that you have taken on, starting from this little body. Don't have big ideas about your body, this is just earth recycling itself. This is just earth and recycle. You can think many great things about yourself. You know, you're doing all that, whatever, what are these things called, the bio stuff these days. You're biodegradable material, aren't you? Yes. You're not even as eternal as plastic. It's just purely biodegradable. All those biofuels, what do you call them? Those biogas, you know, the gobar gas. People are using human excreta also to produce gas. Endlessly, we want to do things. I'm not against those things, but the mindset will destroy the human being, not the activity. You try to use everything in activity, there is no problem, but the mindset will destroy the human being the moment he starts thinking about how to use everything. So, all the fancy ideas that people have about themselves is just their own stuff. But all that's happened is the carpet is between you and that. I wish you had wet grass. The connection would be more real. You're just a small mound on the earth. Just see yourself sitting here for next, I don't want to reduce your life, for next 100 years. As you're growing up, if I say 10, somebody may get paranoid. The human. 100 years you just sat here, you'll still be a mound. That is small amount of your being. This human mechanism. Is a being and not a capital. This human mechanism has come with a soul. Possibility, capability, that either it can live as very long, consider without a defined boundary. How to create? The Creator had no other way to do it. Please see this. How to create you and me, this and that, without drawing a boundary. With this form of existence, there was no choice about that. Physicality had to be done. Yes. No, but that's a lie. That's not true. The human being, this human mechanism, as a being is not it happened. This human mechanism has come with a certain possibility and capability that either it can live as a very small and conceited existence, or it can live as an endless possibility. Though our physicality has come with boundary, because without a boundary there is no physical existence. Without a defined boundary. How to create? The Creator had no other way to do it. Please see this. How to create you and me, this and that, without drawing a boundary. With this form of existence, there was no choice about that. Physicality had to be done. Yes. No, but that's a lie. That's not true. The human being, this human this being is not it happened. This human mechanism has come with a certain possibility and capability that either it can live as a very small and conceited existence, or it can live as an endless possibility. Though our physicality has come with boundary, because without a boundary there is no physical existence. Without a defined boundary. How to create? The Creator had no other way to do it. Please see this. How to create you and me, this and that, without drawing a boundary. With this form of existence, there was no choice about that. Physicality had to be done. But that's a lie. possibility and capability of either can live as a very long concealed existence, or it can live as an endless possibility. Though our physicality is complete boundary, because without a boundary there is no physical existence. Without a defined boundary, how to create? The creator has no other